Hey man, what's going on? It is DieHard Derek Gordon along with my partner in crime, Brooklyn's own Toddy D. Although we're not in Brooklyn anymore, we have escaped from Brooklyn. And that's it. That's us right now. The debut show right here, right now. You'll be catching us live every single week. And Todd, we're just two brothers shooting the shit.
Yo, what's up, my brother from another mother? How are you, my man?
Dude, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough
Really?
fucking. You can tell my phone's already blown up over here. I got one
I
of
got
those
mine on
ring
the side.
cams.
It's off to the side. I want no one looking at it, hearing it, vibrate. I'm ready.
You got one of those ring cams on your door? Those things that they
Yeah.
sell. That
Do I have one of them, bro? I have three of them.
You
I
have
have
three?
one for the door. I have one for the driveway, one
Okay.
for the backyard on the deck. Before we get started, I asked my wife, why do you want to do it on the deck? Why do you need a ring bell? She wants to know what crawls on the deck at night. You know, cats, raccoons.
Yeah, no, it makes
possums.
sense.
I said, who gives a shit? The dogs are in the house.
Mhm.
What do we need a ring bell on the deck? It's another, payment. And she's like, no, you can do up to 10 ring bells, I think,
I
on
think
one
so,
account.
yeah.
So, but it's like my phone goes off like crazy. Right now, it's actually going off, but you can't hear it thanks to the vibrate mode. But yeah, I mean, it's good and all, but sometimes people just walk by and the shit goes off when you don't want it to go off. And then when you need it to go off,
It drives me crazy. Somebody's at the door. I'm like, oh, there's a motion there. And I go, it's like, oh, wait, it's going to take about 5 minutes to activate. I'm like, by that time, they've already broken into the fucking house.
exactly. It's like telling the burglar, do me a favor, hang out 1 second.
Wait a minute. I
Let
got to
me
get this
a
on
good
video.
read on you. Okay, now continue to break into my
Yeah, go
house.
ahead. Right, yeah. Hold on. I want to make sure you're in HD. All right, you good? All right,
Exactly.
action. Go ahead. Break in. Do that home invasion.
You're pixelating. Hold on a second.
Like, what the fuck?
Let's do a redo.
Oh, my God. Well, it's funny because
Escape from Brooklyn,
yeah.
episode 1. I mean, when it comes to escaping, you escaped on I-95. You're down in Florida. I'm over the Verrazano Bridge. I didn't escape too much. I'm out in Staten Island, or otherwise known as Staten, Italy, as we've discussed many a times. And you spent some time in Staten Island, so you know the drill.
I did, man, and it's just been really it's really weird down here in Florida, and I've been down here almost 10 years now. So it's
already 10 years.
Well, it'll be 10 years in January, but it's 9.5. It might call it 10. But it's like the end of Goodfellas, where where he's in witness protection. He's like, hey, I tried to get spaghetti and marinara, and I ended up getting fucking egg noodles and ketchup. But dude, you can't find shit. Everybody down here migrates. On every corner, it's best New York pizza, Brooklyn pizza. Do nothing, not because they don't have the water.
No idea what Brooklyn pizza is.
They have no fucking clue, bro. The Brooklyn bagel place. They're like, we import the water from Brooklyn, from New York. I'm like, you don't fucking. This tastes like shit.
Exactly. It's not going to be the same. And it's funny. Speaking of Brooklyn, these kids today, kids in their 20s, they don't understand how water is good in Brooklyn. And I know a kid. He's in his 20s. And he loves bottled water. So when I speak to him, I tell him, New York City water, we grew up on it. We drank out of the hose, out of the sink. He says to me, oh, there's metals, there's carbons, there's this, there's that. So I'll purposely be on a cam. I'll be drinking out of the sink saying, hey, look at the water, man, just to piss him off. So now just to make him happy, every so often I'll drink some water out of the bottle. But how do I know where the water's coming from? Some guy in Poland, Maine, or Dasani, or whatever the place. Where they filling it in the backyard and put it in a bottle? You don't know where it's coming from.
We've got an area out here called Zephyr Hills, and you drive through Zephyr Hills, you know where the fucking mutants were created. I mean, these are the mongoloids. These are the fucking people who inbred, and they walk out. They're all they're gnawing on their fucking shoulder and shit like that. And there's a thing called the Zephyr Hills Water Company. And I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm drinking that water, because you probably got these mutants sitting in the bathtub just low. We got another one here, Goober. All right, it's all good. Put that one on the shelf. Put a sticker on it.
Those are the lab rats, man.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
You'll look like them in no time if you drink that.
Fuck that. I don't know, man. Speaking of fucked up in the head, I'm gonna tell you a little story. I was at a birthday party this weekend, and wasn't even like a real birthday party. It's my wife's friend's son. He turned 16. Basically, we went to a 16-year-old birthday party. Why?
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun. It's just like, oh, what are we doing this week? I work 5 days a week. I like my weekends. I like my Saturdays, my Sundays. If you're booking something for me, make it something that I'm going to enjoy. But you tell me I'm going to a 16-year-old birthday party. Like, why the fuck aren't you inviting 16-year-olds? But it's typical Puerto Rican.
We're a little past 16.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's typical fucking Puerto Rican where you have like a baptism for a 2-year-old, but you got everybody there, and you got Johnny Walker and Jack Daniels and Bacardi all over the fucking place and the DJ, and I'm like, whose party is this? So I get over there, right? Lori, obviously, she walks in, she goes with her friend Maria, and all the other girls there. And I'm like, what am I
They do
supposed
the
to do?
break off with the women.
Yeah, she breaks off with the women, and I gotta go. She
Leaves
goes,
you.
oh, go meet the husbands. I'm like,
I've
I
been there.
don't
That's
know,
why I know what you're talking. Okay, go ahead.
dude.
Take
I
me
don't know
through
these
it.
people. I have no
Okay.
fucking idea who these guys are. But now I gotta go over there. Like we have something in common that we're all the Uber drivers for our wife. So I gotta go over there. I gotta
Exactly.
start meaningless conversation. Oh, hey, how you doing? What do you do? I don't want to have that. Not on a fucking Saturday. Kills me.
You're the guys on standby now because all the wives are out, to the
Yeah,
side talking.
yeah. They're
So
having a
now
good
you guys
time.
don't know shit about each other. Now you're just hanging out in the background. You're more like scenery.
They're getting lit up over there. They're having a blast because they all work together. I'm meeting this guy
Right.
for. It's almost like they fucking took their kid and they were like, "Oh, there's a play date. Go ahead, play in the sandbox while mommy gets tuned up on the corner." So I'm
That's right.
sitting there, listening to these fucking guys, right? And obviously everybody's trying to outdo the Joneses. Everybody's like, "Oh, this is what I do. This is what I bought. This is my car. This is my house."
It's a
Work,
competition.
work, work. The fucking weekend. The last thing I want to do is talk about work. So I'm fucking,
Exactly.
I'm zoning out. I'm looking at the pool. I'm thinking about how I could drown these fuckers. I'm looking for some ass to walk around in a thong or something like that. All of a sudden, the guy's talking about his job. He sells insurance. I'm like, yeah, insurance, 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 insurance. Then I hear 4-point inspection. So I had to retard. So I retard the roof, dude.
Wait,
My ears.
wait. He
Yeah,
retarded the roof.
yeah. I thought it was a construction term. So I'm like, one more time, just one more time. Do that
Say
for
that
me.
again.
What'd you do? He goes, oh, I retard the roof. Todd, I didn't have anything to drink. I had
Right,
nothing.
right, right.
I'm the designated driver of the day. So I
And you're
lean into
thinking,
the
did I
guy.
hear this correctly? Because
Right. And
to
I'm
me,
like,
it sounds what you just said.
so I'm thinking, does the roof have a deformity? Is it like, is it a little fucked up there or something like that? Is it
Right, right.
a
Is it a little
slow leak
slow?
or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. I'm like, so I lean, I'm like, what makes your roof retarded? He gives me the look right back.
Like you have a problem.
He says it's a flat roof, so I retarded. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Why is your roof retarded?
Right. And again, and he's still
It's not
getting.
connected with me, but it's not connected with him either.
I'm still wondering what is he? I mean,
So, dude, he's looking. He goes, "No, it's a flat roof. I had to retar the roof."
oh,
I said,
retard.
"Oh," I'm like, "You said retard the roof." He goes, "Because past tense. I did it a few weeks ago. I retard the roof." I said,
Oh
"I
my!
heard."
So he added the D. So obviously we think it sounds like a slang.
Right. I thought his roof
Unbelievable.
had a disability. Meanwhile, I got this bitch sitting next to me. She goes, "I find that word very offensive." I'm like,
Tell
first
the
of all,
guy who said it.
I'm like, "Who the fuck is talking to you?" She goes,
Exactly.
so I'm like, what? I'm not paying attention. I'm like, what word? She goes, retard. I'm like, all right, why do you find it offensive? Are you a fucking retard? Like, why do
Remember
you
the
find
old
it
school
offensive?
saying? You should have said, "Listen, A/B conversation. See you way out."
Yeah, get the fuck
No
out of
one,
here,
no one's
lady.
talking to you.
Like, why aren't you talking to the other women? Why are you bothering me? Why are you in my
Exactly.
fucking conversation? Mind your business. But she's like,
She lost the
right away.
direction on the GPS. She
I
went to the
called her
wrong
the
place.
fucking. I asked her if she was a fucking retard. She got up. She walks away to my wife. You believe somebody over there use the word retard? She says that in the group that Lori's in. Lori
The
told me,
guy who said it, right?
boom. Yeah, she knows who said it. She knew where it came
Exactly.
from.
So
Now
now
I'm the
you're
asshole of the
batting
party.
1,000 already,
Right.
and the night is young.
Uh-huh. I'm the asshole of the party now. Talking about retards. Then because I hooked off on this lady. She didn't fucking like. We had to go home early, which was good for me. I didn't want to be there in the fucking first place.
It's like a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Derek's offending people. Get the fuck out of here. So
Wrap it up. Take it home.
But I think, hand to God, I thought it was a construction term. I thought it was like, hey, if something gets a little fucked up, if it's a little uneven, it's a retard roof. I had no idea.
So I guess this guy had never heard of that slang that obviously, people get offended by today and they use different words for it.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what the hell this guy was thinking. I mean, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And can you imagine if he speaks to his clients like that? Listen, I come over here today. I'm going to take care of this and this. And by the way, I will retard your roof. And can you imagine? Wait a minute. I'm paying you and you're insulting my roof? No. I retarded. Okay. So you're insulting my home and my home is slow to you. How does this guy make any money?
Right.
I mean, that is crazy.
Italian.
That is
Italian
crazy.
guy. But I'm like, you should know a little bit better than, he goes, I didn't say the word. I didn't say what you thought I said. I said I retard the roof as in past tense.
Exactly.
What the fuck you want me to say? I'm like, look, guy, I didn't want to hear your story to begin with, but my ears went up the minute I heard retard. So, but dude.
Exactly. Well, you know what? My senses would have went off as well, because the way you're telling the story, I'm sure he said it just like that.
Yep.
And I would have taken it the same way as you, bro.
I mean, how do you respond to something like that?
Like, why are you insulting my house?
I
my
wasn't
roof?
supposed to say anything at all, right? And then the lady next to me is getting all fucking mad. I'm like, there's just certain words that you can't take away from my vocabulary. We grew up in a different era. You can't
Whole
take
different
words away
era.
from me now.
And the thing was, she sounds like she got the ass end of the conversation, where she only heard you say that, but she didn't hear him say it initially.
Right.
So now you're the bad guy.
I'm the one. And dude, listen. I've used retard my whole life. I tell my kids every day, "What are you, fucking retarded?" But I don't mean it in the way of
in an offensive way.
Right, an offensive,
and we used to
way.
do the same shit to each other, to the guys hanging out. If my friend did something stupid, or if he made a bad bet on a game, I'd be like, "What the hell's wrong with you? What are you, retarded? How can you bet on them?"
Yeah.
The other team's getting a plus 21. What are you, crazy? Take the, whatever the conversation was, the big question would be, what are you, retarded? And you're saying it to someone obviously who's not handicapped. It was just a slang.
My point, exactly.
But unfortunately, in this day and age, it is what it is.
And the thing is, dude, like, don't get me wrong, the disabled people never had a rally or a protest about, oh, stop using the word retarded. We don't like it.
Kind of happened overnight.
And I get it. Like, they don't want to call them handicapped. They call them handicapped. Like, this fucking coddled woke world, this cancel culture bullshit right now that we're living in, because everybody's so fucking sensitive. They would never survive the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s the way we did.
Oh, we had thick skin. I mean, we got called all kinds of names. Now, the crazy thing is, this lady heard you say that word, but the guy used the terminology not even about a person.
Exactly.
He was talking about a fucking roof.
Right.
But she didn't hear that part. See, that's the problem. She got the ass end of the conversation, so right away you're the bad guy. But the way it sounds to me, you got a get out of jail free card. You got to leave early.
Oh my God!
And I can only imagine the conversation you and your wife had on the way home.
He was fucking.
But it was probably still worth getting out of there early.
You know what she did? She goes, I can't believe you would say that in fucking front of people. You embarrassed me in front of my friends. What are you, fucking retarded? I was like, you just fucking said it now.
Bingo, there you go. And meanwhile, when they say it, it's like a chain reaction, not even realizing what you're saying.
Right. She said it offensively to me.
We're so in tune to saying it that someone will get mad that you said something, and meanwhile, call you the same thing.
The same fucking thing, bro. It's like,
and that's midget. When you have to say touche.
Dude, you can't take midget away from me. How the fuck, after all these years, I can't say midget now? You out of your fucking mind?
That's another one. That's another crazy thing. I mean, the thing is, they get it. People get offended by that, and I try to make a joke sometimes by saying, back in the 70s, when you watch midget wrestling, it was called midget wrestling. Lord Littlebrook, the Haiti Kid, whoever, Little Beaver, all these guys were midget wrestlers, and it wasn't called Little People Wrestling. It was called midget wrestling. Dude. Now, the ironic thing is today, I don't see that anymore either. So maybe they did away with it because of the word midget. I mean, I don't know.
Because, dude, they can still call it. Look, I find the term little people more offensive.
So that's like,
hey, you're not big, you're little, you're tiny, you're little.
Hello there, little people.
Midget was just midget. It was just like, all right, he's a midget.
It was just a term. Certain terms we considered, people thought we were insulting people. It was like a term of endearment. But people take things the wrong way. It is what it is.
Listen, there's certain stereotypical words that if you call them that word, I can understand, because it comes from a long line of hatred, of ignorance. You know me, I'm of the opinion that if you don't laugh at ignorance in the face, and ignorance wins. Sometimes you got to laugh at the horrors of this world in order to defeat it. You got to get over it, get thick skin, become bulletproof.
Can't show people it bothers you, man. You got to just keep moving forward.
That's it. It's a
we got picked on in school. We got bullied. Everybody did. And you know what? If you didn't let it get to you, the next week there was another flavor of the week that somebody went after, and then you were in the clear. And then if someone put your hands on you, you had to defend yourself. It is what it is. But these kids today, it's like, take sports, for instance, right? Now, I don't know about you. When I was a kid, I played Little League Baseball.
Yeah, me too.
Now, when you won, you got a first place trophy.
Right.
And then there was a runner-up second place. Now, you could be in 32nd place, and you get what's called the participation trophy. What the hell is that? I participated, so I get a trophy.
Yeah.
Bro, you were a bench warmer with a clipboard. You shouldn't have anything, even if you came in first place, let alone 32nd.
Yeah.
But now everything is justified. Here's a sticker. You get this. You earn this. You earn that. They didn't earn shit. And when these kids grow up in the real world, and if they're working in a business, and they could be a dumb bastard, and the guy next to the woman or the guy could be really smart, they get the promotion, and then that person says, "Well, why didn't I get the promotion?" It's like getting the award, because like baseball, you came in 32nd place because you suck, and you're not going to get a promotion in the business. But sports, that prepares you for the future. I feel when you play Little League ball, football, whatever sports you play, and the better you are, you get awarded for it when we were kids. And that sets you up as as an adult. So when you go into the business world, whatever you're doing, you earn your promotion. You don't expect it. You earn it.
Right.
And
right.
Today, they don't get that shit, bro. They don't get it.
I had a kind of different Little League when I was growing up. So everybody got trophy, but it wasn't a participation trophy. First place got this big fucking monster. And then as you went down in rank, your trophy got smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
They did that in the bowling league I played for.
Right.
We sucked. We got a little fucking ball with 2 pins like this, basically saying, "Hey, you suck."
That's it. But, that's it.
It was little. It was very minuscule. And like you said, the guys got the big ass trophies for like first place through third or whatever it was.
Yeah, they had cool fucking Roman pillars carved out on the side. You could hold it. It was like, what the fuck is this? You always wanted that big ass trophies. It's like those wrestling trophies they give out in Japan that are 6'3". I'm like, holy shit! I'm the champion. You deserve that. Oh, you're in last place? Yeah, here's this little fucking thing. Walk around the parking lot with that shit so everybody can laugh at you. That's more embarrassing than a participation trophy.
That's right. You hold like this. So now that's a reminder that I got to work harder next year to get a better trophy.
Right.
Kids today, first place or 32nd, it's all the same size. Don't mean a damn thing because everyone has to be coddled. They all have to say, "Oh, good job, so-and-so." Meanwhile, they didn't do shit. What good job? You suck.
This coddle shit. I didn't raise my children like. Do you understand how many times I get called from school for my son? Even when my daughter was in school, I raised them. I raised them the way I was raised. Thick skin. I called it. You're an ass. Stop being a fucking asshole. Eat your food. Do what I'm fucking. I'm your parent. What are you fucking retarded? Then they go to school with that mentality,
and they repeat it.
And then the teachers just lose their fucking mind. Oh my God, we got to put him in special ed. Why? For what? Is he retarded?
Mr. Gordon, can you come up for a parent-teacher conference?
He's yeah, dude, I can't. This fucking world right now, I wish I could set the clock back and I could have been older and had kids back in those days because I can't. I don't know how I'm going to. I'm afraid of how my kids are going to survive in the future moving on. They have their own kids.
For the next generation.
And, right. This woke generation.
I think the same thing.
Where everybody, holy shit, bro.
It's just a mess. But talking about different generations and how parents are, I got a funny story to share with you.
Oh, please.
Now, as you know, or don't know, I love going to Carvel on Wednesday nights because it's buy one, get one.
Uh-huh.
So I like getting the buy one, get one free. It's the Fat Bastard Special. That's what I call it. I get the vanilla, the chocolate syrup, hot fudge, whatever, whipped cream, cherry on top, the whole enchilada.
Jesus Christ. So I go there. Diabetes in a cone.
Oh, and meanwhile, I have diabetes, but that's like my reward. That's my reward for the week because throughout the entire week, I'm a little goody. So once in a blue moon, as long as I don't go into shock, I'll have one.
I would say that's your gamble. Like, listen, I'm gonna play Russian roulette tonight.
It's like playing Russian roulette. Every scoop you eat, it's like you're gambling. So I go to Carvel, and first of all, as soon as I walk in, I know it's going to be a fiasco. I see 1 million people, and there's only one cashier. So I'm like, I'm going to be here forever. Now, if that's not bad enough, next door to Carvel, they got one of those karate, taekwondo kind of places for for children.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
So this guy he's in line right in front of me, and he's with his kid. And his kid's maybe 8, maybe 9, 10 years old, little short kid, maybe waist high. The kid's running around like a maniac. And now you have like the pathway behind the register, and he's trying to run behind the register, and he's saying, "No, Tyler, you can't go there." And he's not being affirmative, like, if that were you are, get your ass over here. And that would have been it. Mm-hmm. So this kid keeps on not listening. He's laughing. Every time the father's trying to pay with a credit card, the kid's running around like crazy. Now the cashier's looking. She's getting pissed. I'm getting pissed. And again, he says, "Tyler, you can't go behind there. Please listen to me." And the kid's basically like, "Hey, okay, fuck you. I'll do whatever I want to do." And he's still running around like a maniac. It took me almost 20 minutes to get a fucking ice cream cup because of this kid running around like a maniac. And all I'm thinking to myself, if this were 30 years ago, 40 years ago, my old man, even my mother would have grabbed me right by the collar. "What the hell are you doing?" Would have taken my ass outside, shook the shit out of me, straightened my ass out, and I wouldn't have gotten my ice cream on top of it.
Unfucking, bro. First of all, who's in karate? The father or the kid?
The kid's in karate. It's for the children.
So they should be teaching him the discipline and cool him the fuck out. Obviously, he's got problems.
I'm not gonna call him retarded. On top of that, now he's eating ice cream. So he's going to be all hopped up on the ice cream.
Right. So all right. Oh, you broke a fucking board with your head. Great. Let me go hop you up in some sugar. You clearly have problems. Let me go douse you. Let me go fucking inject you with more sugar so you can bounce off the walls a little bit more.
Exactly. And this kid was like a wild child, man. Like, you ever see how a ping pong ball bounces back and forth? Mm-hmm. That's how this kid was. He would not stop. He tried to go behind the register. Then he was kicking the ice cream cooler. He's shaking stuff. He's knocking stuff over. And the father, he sees everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. As everyone else. And all you hear is, no, Tyler, don't do that. I mean, this is the kind of guy that probably walks with his wife, carrying one of those man sacks with a kid around him and making his wife do everything for him, making the reservations, filling the gas tank up, talking back to the person. He's just on the side saying, whatever you say, dear, I'm just waiting here with my kid. He looked like one of those kind of dads.
Father of the year over here needs to realize he's the fucking problem. It's not the kid. You raised it. You made that fucking kid. You're spunk. There's something wrong with your fucking spunk. Came out with this fucking little mongoloid running around. You put him in karate. You think Mr. Miyagi's gonna fucking fix him up? It's not. The father should take karate, learn how to beat the shit out of him without leaving a mark.
Exactly. Well, the bottom line is, I mean, there's no discipline. And then as mad as I got, I said to myself, you know what? It's not the kid. It's the parent. Yeah. Because my father and mother, I'm sure your parents too, would have never allowed us to do something like that or get away with it. They would have straightened our ass right in line.
Bro, I used to get a preemptive ass whipping before we walked into the supermarket. So we'd get out the car while we're walking from the parking lot to the store. She grabs me by the fucking neck. She's like, I'm going in there for eggs, milk, and whatever the fuck else she had on the list. Don't ask for nothing. Don't grab nothing. You grab something from the shelf, I'm going to snatch it out of your hand and beat you with it. Don't fucking ask me for nothing unless I ask.
That's okay, right. Okay. You go in, I get a couple of smacks. Nobody gets hurt.
Yeah, I get a couple of smacks. She's like, hey, like, oh, fuck. Like, she's for real. She ain't fucking around.
Reminder, what I tell you.
Yeah.
I'm getting the milk and eggs and we're getting out of here.
God forbid.
That's right.
Let alone, the kid's not even asking for ice cream. He's just fucking bouncing off the walls. He's losing his mind. He's like the little ball in Pong. Just bing, bing, bong. If I did that, fucking, she'd break my legs.
Nonstop. Our parents, if that were us, they would have caught us, trapped us, brought us outside, and had a little word with us, and some wooden spoon hits later in the evening.
Bro,
and remind
you
us
can't do that
how
now.
To behave.
The kids don't know they know the phone number to Child Protective Services. You'll be locked up before the night is over.
Even if you just say, if you say one more word, I'm going to punch you. I'm going to kick your ass or whatever you say. Yeah. You're done.
You know what those little fuckers say? I've got rights. I'll call. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Call. Great. I'll be locked up for the weekend. You'll be in foster care getting molested by somebody in another house. All right.
There goes your rights.
You're right. Yeah, there goes your fucking rights.
It's funny because, I don't have boys. I have girls. And when they were little, like when we were kids, like, not that I got hit a lot or anything like that, but if you were a boy, a father would say, hey, what I tell you, or you get a little physical. When you have a girl, it's different, or girls. So when my kids were little, I was always the bad cop. My wife was always the good cop. So one day they were just fighting with each other, yelling back and forth. And she's like, come on, guys, stop. So it's going on for a while. So the first time I raised my voice, I went, hey. And all of a sudden, everything got turned down, shut down. They just looked at me like this. And I said, that's enough.
They heard the bass.
And I did the point and the stare for like 10 minutes. And they're like, so when I finally walked away, I was like, I'm laughing hysterical. Right. But it put their asses in line. And then anytime after that, I wouldn't have to say, hey. For a while, I had the power just going like this.
The look. Did they know?
The look. Mm-hmm. Then as they get to be a certain age, you're like, okay, whatever with the look. So then you have to start, threatening, like taking away cell phones. It's like going after the jugular. You take a cell phone from a teenager, you might as well kill them. Or their computer, any kind of social networking.
They're like heroin addicts with those phones.
Yeah. So as time went by, you have to change the ways of punishing kids. And it makes them crazy. Dude, but it is what it is. And now as kids get older, and I don't know about you, I have dogs now, so it's like having children all over again.
Dude, I don't even get fucking started with these dogs. You know what I go through these fucking dogs? You have no idea.
How many do you have?
Yeah. I got two.
You have
We
two,
just
right?
got
So do I.
we just got a new one recently. So
Okay.
and my older dog, he's only 4, so he's still a baby too. But they know how to fuck with us, man.
They know which
Like,
buttons to press, man.
dude, like, and the thing is, I treat my animals like they're kids, like they're babies. I
Same.
love them. I'm an animal lover. I'm a dog lover. So I treat them well. I treat them. I spoil them the way I would spoil my own kids. But these
Yep.
motherfuckers, I ruin them the way I ruined my kids. Because I'll sit there with my cell phone in my hand. My dog will come like, hey, I want attention. He'll put his snout right under my hand, send the cell phone flying. I'm eating at the
Wow.
table, trying to eat my meal. Puts his head on my lap. I'm trying to fucking feed myself. He's knocking the fork out of my fucking hand. I'm like, what do you
Pay
want?
attention to me. Love me.
Not even that. He's got to take his shit. I'm like, dude, come on. I don't want to. I gotta walk you now. Now, while I'm in the middle of eating a fucking steak, I gotta
Anytime
take
when you're
your
eating,
shit?
yeah, that's how it goes.
But and then I'll tell. Look, we taught him how to ring the bell, so he'll ring the bell. If he gets a little aggressive with the bell, I know he's got to take the shit, right? I'm like, all right, he's probably got to go. I don't want to mess in the house. Let me go take him for
So
a walk.
where do you have this bell?
I've got the bell right by the door, but by my back door, the sliding door. But right now they're doing
You trained
construction.
him to hit this bell, or
Yeah. So the big one, the small one doesn't do anything yet. We train the dog. He hits the bell with his nose, and that's the signal I got to go out. He hits it once. You're just being an asshole. You want to go out. You start hitting a little more. Maybe it's a piss. He starts tugging at the fucking bell. It's like, all right, he's got a shit. I don't want that shit all over my.
so it's headbutting that shit. You know it's
Right.
time.
He's like, get me the fuck out. Take me out. I'm about to explode. He has one of those fucking fits. I take him out. Now, dude, remember, he's a dog. The world is your toilet. You can shit anywhere you fucking want. I got to take a shit.
Lucky bastard.
Bro, I got to go find the cleanest stall. I got to make sure there's no AIDS needles there. I got to make sure there's extra toilet. But if I got to take a shit, bro, I'm taking a shit. I got business to take care of. This motherfucker goes.
Sometimes you can't wait.
He's sniffing every piece of grass. And I know that they're territorial. I know they got to go shit or piss on somebody else's, shit or piss of another dog. Like, fuck you, dog. It's mine now. But he fucking goes, and then he'll start squatting. The turtle head starts coming out. The little cigar butt starts coming out. I'm like, oh, great. Then he'll change his mind. He'll be like, nah, you know what? Not good enough.
He'll be in mid-circle, right?
Dude,
And,
he'll
say,
suck that shit right back into his hole. Yeah.
I'm going to regroup and go to
over here instead.
Tree. Yeah.
Meanwhile, my food is getting cold in the fucking house. I'm losing my mind because he can't pick a spot. I'm like, dude,
I can relate.
Shit anywhere. So 20 minutes later, this massive shit that he had to take takes 20 minutes to come out. He fucking finally shits. What I gotta go pick up the shit in a plastic bag. I'm doing that. Motherfucker's laughing at me.
Of course, he's like, clean it up. Let's go.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, man, I've said it to people in the past, watching people pick up dog shit with those plastic hands or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll joke around and I'm like, wow, look at that. It's like instant hand warmers. But I'm thinking to myself, think about this. Now we have COVID and there's always jokes like, what's next on tap? We're probably getting invaded by aliens. Let's just say that ever happened and we're being watched right now by aliens.
Mm-hmm.
They're looking, hovering over in their UFO saying, look at that motherfucker over there picking up that guy's shit, that big hairy dude. He must be the boss. And the guy standing straight up picking up the shit has to be the bitch.
Yeah.
Because I can't believe those furry animals run the country. Because if I'm from outer space, that's what I'm going to think. Because the dog's sitting there saying, that's right, pick up my shit. And you got the guy or the woman picking up either with a hand grabber or a bag. And the dog, like you said, he's just chilling out, hanging out, saying, okay, let's go. We got to get back. I got to have my kibbles and bits. Pick up the shit. We got to get back to the house.
If E.T. touches down in my backyard, he's going to come to me and be like, take me to your leader. The guy who shit on the floor. Take me to him.
Exactly. Where's the one with that long tail and the big floppy ears? We got to speak to him. That's the boss, right? What do you mean that's the boss? Well, you were picking up his shit last week, so I figured he's got to be the king. You're the fucking peasant picking up dog shit. You're not the leader.
Dude,
that's what I get out of it. And I can relate because my old dog, I loved him to death. My Gizmo, he was the best. But when I used to take him for walks, he took his time. He would sniff one tree, sniff the grass, sniff the hydrant, and he just looked at me saying, I'm just getting started, so I hope you have nothing to do because we're not going back anytime soon. And I'm like, okay, dude, do what you got to do. And that's how it was. Mm-hmm. So now the two dogs I have now, they're 4 and 5, both Shih Tzu poodle mixes. One is a boy dog and one is a girl dog.
Okay.
And I don't know about your dogs, but mine have their own personalities.
Oh,
And it's just like the funniest shit because they both eat a lot, but one is really slim because he goes out on my deck. He'll bark at the neighbor's dog and he starts doing laps around the table.
Mm-hmm.
And every time he runs, he starts talking to himself. Where's that guy? Where is he? And then he'll go back to the gate looking. He'll stop, drink some water, go through the dog flap in my house, have a little bite, run back outside again. I'm thinking to myself, what a life. I wish I had this kind of life. And the other one, she barely eats, but she's not that active, so she's a little fatso,
Yeah.
She has like a little strut to her. But they fight back and forth. You ever see a female dog mount a male dog, the reverse? And then the male dog's running around the fucking house with the female on him like it's a fucking pony.
Wait, she is dry humping. She's giving him the scissor.
Yeah, I mean, she's on top of him, mounting him, and he's running for his fucking life. And it looks like a freak show. It's great. I mean, it looks like they're going like on like ponyback riding, like a horse ride.
The male dog don't try to fuck the girl?
Not at all. They're
all.
thick as thieves. They lay together. They chill together. They go outside together. Everything's in a tandem. And then the funny thing is, when he hears something, he'll run through the flap. He'll stop. He's like, hey, like look at her. Like, hey, you coming? And then she'll run with him, and she has to run in sync through the flap door with him. Otherwise, she won't go through.
Can dogs be gay?
Huh?
Can dogs be gay?
I don't know, man, because
that's her gay best friend. Maybe
I
she's
guess
trying to
so.
turn him.
And not to speak any badly of that, but women's best friends sometimes are gay people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's why they're very tight.
They hang out. They go shopping.
Schedule, man.
They watch the shows together and shit like that. She asks him for fucking advice. He's like, hey, he's snaps his paws and shit like that.
She'll eat her food. He just sits there and waits till she's done until he can eat.
Oh my God.
Because he knows that she'll fuck his shit up if he goes to the dish too soon. She'll be like, yo, I'm not done. You got to wait. And he waits. I never see anything like it.
She's the boss.
She is the
She's
boss.
got control of him. Yeah.
My wife gets they're married. Sticks.
Maybe
I don't know. Well,
married.
Maybe because
and he looks at you. He's like, look at this fucking guy. That's my future right now.
Exactly. I'm like, listen, don't look at me like that. I know what it feels like. So you're on your own, brother.
Like, Todd, I see how your wife treats
my wife
I get
gets
it.
These. Yeah, exactly. I said, listen, I have no sympathy for you, man. You're on your own. Don't look for me for support because no one helps me out. So don't fucking look at me. You're on your own, brother. I don't want to hear it. But she gets these chicken strips. It looks like a white stick, like a lollipop stick. You got 3 little pieces of chicken spiral wrapped around the stick. You get a big bag. There's got to be 50 or 100. I mean, there's a lot in there. She'll pick up a bag, say, on a Friday. So Friday night after dinner, we'll watch TV in the living room. And the bag's on the couch. So the girl's on the couch with my wife, and the boy's on the floor next to the two of us. And they're looking at the bag like, okay, it's treat time. She'll give him one, give her one. 2 seconds later, and they're both looking at the thing. So now you got to give him another one.
For more treats. Okay.
By the time the end of the night, you have about 30 or 40 white sticks all over the floor because they don't eat the white part. They eat the chicken.
Right.
Now it looks like if they get lost, they have like the breadcrumbs spread throughout the whole house, like a GPS on how to get around the whole house. I'm talking 30, 40 sticks. No bullshit. No lie.
In one night.
In one night. So by the time Saturday comes, we're almost out of those treats we just got on a Friday. And each bag is $10.
Get the I can't argue.
$10, and she gets them in ShopRite. We go shopping the other day, and I'm looking at the wagon. She's like, don't look at the wagon. I look down into the wagon. There's not one bag. There's not 2. There's not 3. There's 4 fucking bags of those chicken sticks. So that's 40 beans and treats. And I'm lucky I got a $5 box of cereal.
Yeah, for a weekend. Because they're going to go through like fucking like heathens.
And the girl, when she has her treats, she thinks he's going to take her shit all the time. She literally puts her fat body over all the treats, her paws, everything. And she literally lays like this, like to say, get the hell out of here. And he's looking at me like, so I have to give him shit on the side because if he goes near her, she'll kill him.
Dude, I got to go to the deli 2 or 3 times a week to get the dog's boar's head turkey, sliced turkey breast. That's the I got to mix
the whole
that
chicken.
up.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you give him chicken. Okay. Yeah. So
two packages a week.
Dude.
Of 4.
If we eat filet mignon, the dogs eat filet mignon.
Porterhouse steaks we eat?
Yeah.
Same.
Dude, same shit. They look at me. And then if I don't give it to them, I'm like, yo, listen, enough's enough. Eat your fucking kibble. The little pellets or whatever they eat. They look like worms.
We do that too. We do the dry food, like the pelts is the backup. But they look at that now, they're like, the fuck out of here. Where's the porterhouse?
Like, what's
Where's
this
the
shit?
whole chickens? You know, where's the grilled chicken? Where's this? Where's the pork chops? Like whatever we have for dinner, my wife will cut up, 2 little plates for the 2 of them.
Yeah.
And they'll whatever we have for dinner, they have. The whole chickens that we get, that's for the morning. I mean, they have their own menu.
And that's
So
the thing,
I'm
though.
telling you right now, they're not getting my beer. I'm telling you now. You gotta draw the line somewhere. And with that said, I'm gonna take a quick sip.
But dude, this is the problem with the dogs, is that you treat them a certain way. Now they start expecting things. They're smart. These dogs are fucking smart. And I know they speak. I know they dude, I'm not Dr. Doolittle, but I know they fucking talk when we're not around. And they're talking shit about us. Okay? Talk shit about us. But the looks that they give us, if I don't put any turkey or any steak in their plate, they give me this look like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, and it's fun. Like my wife, Lori, will walk around and ask us, "Hey, what should we do for dinner tonight? You got any recommendations? Anything that you want?" And the dog's like, "Hey, I got an idea." Are you fucking kidding me?
Exactly. We go out to dinner, okay, and places we go to give you a nice portion. So sometimes my wife, she won't finish the whole thing. Almost 9 out of 10 times. Excuse me, can I get a doggy bag? And I look at the waiter or the waitress. I say, when my wife says doggy bag, it's for the doggies, not for us.
Yeah, it's not leftovers.
And, we'll go out. She'll have like a nice big piece of steak left. And when we go home, she'll cut that up for the 2 of them. And they're looking at me like, hey, you went out already. Now it's our turn. Like they look at the dry food. They'll be as if, you think I'm going to eat that? I don't see you eating that. If you don't eat it, we're not going to eat it. Dude, screw that shit. We're on to you.
They're dogs, man. They're animals. I get it. They're our babies, but at some point, I'll respect the dog when he starts paying half of the mortgage. When I can throw him a couple of bills, I'm like, here you go.
I told you they got to get jobs soon. I mean, Porterhouse Steaks. Listen, last time I checked, I'm not Rockefeller. Dude, even if I was a Rockefeller, how are they eating as good as me, if not better?
Bro, we shop at like the Costco's or the Sam's Clubs and shit like that. So we're buying in like the wholesale, these big ass boxes and stuff. And half that shit's for the dogs.
Yeah.
Half it. I'm just
perfect example. Before we started doing our podcast today, earlier before we started, I saw my wife. She got home from work, and there was a big pound or 2-pound thing of roast beef on the table. And this is the Italian roast beef. It's marinated. It's seasoned. I love it. It's like rare the way I like it. So I'm taking a few pieces, and I'm like, "Oh, you finally got it." She was like, "Yeah, well, I'm going to be cutting some of that for the dogs in a little bit. I really got it for them." I'm like, what can I eat?
How
about we start putting little yellow sticky notes in the refrigerator? Todd, Bailey, Sosa. Todd.
Wait, they've got like pre-made meals in the fridge?
Bro, they get everything, man. When we're done eating, we got these little glass bowls with the caps, and like it's all cut up and prepared and ready for the next day. And there'll be a sticky note on top of the closure of the tab saying for the dogs. I mean, I know it's not for me, it's little, but I'm like, really? So should I get like a nice big 6-foot hero for Toddy D? I'll put the sticky note right across the fucking hero. Don't touch, no dogs, no kids, no mother, no wife. Toddy D. Right across the whole hero. That's going to be the next thing.
You go to the fridge, you're like, this motherfucker better not be eating my leftovers.
Exactly. And my refrigerator is the worst because like in the middle of the night, when it's quiet, you can hear a pin drop. There's nights I'm watching TV. I'll fall asleep. I get up at 2:00 in the morning, and the fat bastard I am, I have to eat. So I go into the fridge and I got
2:00 in the morning. You're eating?
Sure. Like 2, 3 o'clock, whenever.
Whatever.
This wasn't built on salad, bro. I got to eat.
Fuck.
So my routine is crazy. I'll watch TV at night, fall asleep around 10, 11 o'clock, wake up around 12, 1. I'll set the coffee pot for the next day. But now I'm up. So if I make a sandwich or whatever I make, I'll go back, watch TV for a while. Now with the refrigerator, you leave those doors open for more than a minute or two, it's got an alarm. So if the doors are open too long, you hear beep, 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 like a truck's backing up. So that's like the refrigerator saying, fat fuck in the fridge, close the doors, fat fuck, close the doors, fat fuck. And I know everybody hears the refrigerator going off and they're like, fat fuck's eating again. And you can disable that shit. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I forget. But if you're in the kitchen at 2, 3 in the morning making some food, the dogs will hear it. because they got that radar with their ears.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like I'm thinking to myself, you're not fucking coming down at 2, 3 in the morning to eat my sandwich. You can wait till 7 in the morning, pal. You had more food today than I did. This is my makeup.
Dude, Bailey and Sosa probably fucking installed that alarms. They're like, fucking Todd's in the fridge again. He's going near our food.
They probably did. Humans in the fridge. Humans in the fridge. Alert, alert. Get human out of the fridge. Feed the dogs. Feed the dogs.
Holy
and again, aliens are watching all this shit saying, we know who's in charge,
right.
motherfucker.
Like, you feed him well, don't you? Okay. Okay, I see who's in charge.
So true. So now getting back to yours, the one has the bell. I guess that's your bigger one, you said.
Yeah.
And then you have a second dog.
Right, Kylo.
How do they get along? How do they get along? What goes on in your household?
Dude, they get along great, but it's like having two toddlers. It's almost like having Puerto Rican twins. You know, when you give birth to one and then she gets pregnant like 2 weeks after giving delivery. So they're the same thing, man. They run around.
Oh man,
they lock up. Like the little one's a motherfucker. He like Ranger's the older one, and he's Beagle, Greyhound, and Lab.
And that's the big one.
He's the big one, right? The small one is. I swear to God, if there was a camera in my house, you would think you're watching Scooby and Scrappy Doo. The little one's hyper. He's got ADD. He's running around. He likes to taunt Ranger. He fucks with him. He jumps on his back. Ranger loves it though. They start wrestling in the house. I mean, in a wrestling match, ding ding, they lock up. The little one locks up with the big dog. He grabs him around the neck. The other one drops down, falls on his stomach. Fucking stinger splash. All it's beautiful.
Well, the little one sounds like he got the Napoleon complex.
He does.
He's trying to make up for the lack of height in the size.
Fucking Scrappy Doo, man. You watch him all day long. He's just running around starting fights with everybody. Playful fights. He's not a mean dog at all. But dude, I swear to God, I don't know. He gets anxious. So there's times where he doesn't know about the bell yet. We're trying to teach him with the bell. Like, dude, just hit the bell and watch it. Like, Ranger, you fucking talk. Tell him, explain to him how this fucking thing works.
Listen, if you got to pop a squat, you got to hit the bell.
Bro, I'll go pet the dog. I'll pick him up. He starts pissing everyone. You got to be fucking kidding me.
Right.
I got a brand new house. He's fucking... Dude, he ate the drywall. He's eating my furniture.
Oh, my God.
I'm like, you got to be... I'm like, Lori, what are you
giving all that great gourmet food and he's eating the drywall?
Dude, and then we go to a trainer. I'm like, how do I train this fucking dog to pee outside? He'll pee outside, but like, ring the bell. Let me know you got to do something. Stop eating the fucking furniture. She goes, oh, that's because he's bored. I'm like, now I got to entertain the fucking dog too?
What, are you going to be a tap dancer now in your spare time?
I got to go to there every night, do 3 shows a fucking night to entertain this guy so he don't eat my furniture?
Bored. Wow.
Yeah. So, yes. Dude, I've got a 15-year-old and a 20-year-old. The 20-year-old moved out of the house. The 15-year-old's locked up in his room playing video games. I thought I was going to have free time in my life. I started having kids.
You thought you were on to the next phase.
Yeah. And I got 2 toddlers again. 2 toddlers that don't do shit. They won't put me in a nursing home. I won't put them in college. 2 fucking dogs that are running my life right now. I can't.
Exactly. And you just said it a perfect way of putting it, running your life.
Mm-hmm.
And a perfect example, anytime my wife and I want to go away, we have to make sure we have someone that's going to be home, that's going to make sure they eat, piss, shit, whatever they have to do. I have my daughter, she lives with us, but listen, she's 24, so she has a life. She has her boyfriend, her friends, so she's in and out of the house. And you know what? She should be. It's her time to have a social life. And then I got my mother downstairs where, she takes care of it for the most part, but she's getting older and I can't expect her to always do it. So I said to my wife, I said, listen, I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm not trying to be that prick. I love dogs. I love ours. They're my babies. I mean, I'll do anything for them. However, one of these days when it's unfortunately going to be their time, I really don't want to get another dog because by that time I'm going to be up there and I'm going to want to have fun, go away, do things at our own leisure where we don't have to make these kind of plans for them because I'm not going to put them in a shelter. And it's like having, like you said, having children. You need the babysitter. It's the same shit. So like, when does it stop? When do we get to do things for us?
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, you got free of your kids. One moves out. One is doing his own thing with the video games. This is my time to shine. Same with me. My older daughter's in West Virginia. My other one is living with us, but she's back and forth. She's with her boyfriend, her friends. She's busy doing stuff. So this should be our time to go out whenever we want.
Dude, I've been a parent my entire adult life. I want to break. I want to go on vacation. I want to do shit. Now you bring a commitment into my house for at least the next 10 to 17 years. All right?
2 commitments.
2 of them. 2.
Not even a commitment.
So now I got to book plane tickets. I'm like, oh, now I got to go book a fucking, a spa day for the dogs, wherever they're gonna stay.
Exactly.
Add that to my budget.
Couples massages and
Yeah,
doggy massages
yeah. It's
on
just
top
like,
of it. Yeah.
dude, I don't know. My wife
The
sometimes
family pack.
she makes these fucking decisions, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be like, you didn't
Yeah.
even check with me. The first dog, we had a puppy, and he passed away. We had a little Chihuahua, biggest dick you've ever seen on Chihuahua. I'm gonna send you a picture one day. You'll laugh your ass off.
Actually, I saw a picture that you had up a while back.
That's him. That's
on
the
Facebook.
one.
I remember. All I was thinking to myself is little dog and a rocket ship. I was like, what the fuck?
His dick was bigger than his whole body. Like he would walk around, dude. He would lick himself where the balls would pop out too, and then like, Chewy, what are you doing? And he'd be like, oh, and he'd try to walk away, but the dick is dragging like the fucking muffler on a Buick. It's like, shit, sparks are shooting
Exactly,
up.
hanging. Well, it's like the old joke, man. Why does a dog lick his groin?
Why?
Because he can.
Listen, I've tried a couple of times. But I keep falling off the sofa, so it's just like.
Well, that's why I think a lot of men take yoga classes, but that's a whole different story. But I'm telling you, these dogs, man, they have the fucking life. And maybe you should try to do what we do. Now, my girl dog, she's pee pad trained. She goes on the pads.
Yeah, he eats the pads up.
Man, you can't get a break.
I get nothing, bro.
The boy goes on the deck, but if we want to go out for dinner, right? I take one side of the dining room. I put one pee pad flat. On the other side, you got the one flat, then you have one going upward. So if the boy dog Bailey goes, I protect my walls.
Yeah.
Now in the living room, there's always the one flat that the girl dog always goes on. Now when they go out on that deck, I'm not exaggerating. They could be out there for a minute or an hour. The whole time they're out there, he'll do his business and I have to clean it up. But the girl, Sosa, she won't do shit. Literally. She'll hang out, walk around the deck, do her thing. And as soon as she goes back in the house, whether it's a minute or an hour later, that's when she goes in the house on the pad as if to say, that's right. When I'm done, you'll pick this up and put a fresh one down so then I can shit. Because she'll pee on it, but then she'll wait for another one so she can take a shit.
Are you kidding me?
I swear to God. And she'll just stand there and stare at me with those big googly eyes like, waiting. Let's go.
That's it. But you got them well trained. You got them well trained, man.
Well, actually, I think they have me trained.
And that's what it is. They look at us like, look at this fucking retard.
That's what it is. But it's a perfect segue about going out for dinner with the dogs. Last week we went out and we had reservations. Now tell me if this ever happened to you. People today, this generation, they're like robots. They don't listen. It's like calling the cable person. You're yelling and screaming, I'm sorry for the inconvenience. They don't talk to you like a person. So I go to the restaurant. We had a reservation for like whatever time it was, I think 5, 6 o'clock. I said, hi, reservation. What's the name? Todd. Okay. Reservations for 2. Okay. So she looks at the thing. Okay, I'll be ready in a minute. How many people is that for? I looked at my wife. I said, again, Todd, reservation for 2. Okay. You have a reservation. How many people? So I'm like this. Reservation for Todd, 2 people. And now my wife's looking at me like, you really got to stall like that? I said, well, you know what? How can I help it? She's bringing the best out of me.
Yeah.
And then she just looked at me. She goes, oh, for 2? I'm like, yes, for 2.
What was the name of that restaurant? Dementia?
Yeah, it was. No, it was actually a new place out here in Staten Island. And
don't plug them. They got shitty service like that.
All I know is that the food was great. It was a great atmosphere. But I told the girl like 2 or 3 times, reservation for 2. And every time she asked me how many people.
Where was the mix up there with the 4-2 part?
And I want you to keep this in mind. When I said it, it wasn't like I was smothered in a mask. I put the mask down. I was like a distance from her because at the time you have to still walk in with the masks. So the first time maybe she didn't hear me, so I put it down. I said reservations for 2. Okay. Oh yeah, I see that. How many people? And I think I'm on like candid camera or some shit because I'm like, how many times I have to say 2? So finally I got to know. I'm like, reservation for 2 people. And I walked away.
Thought your last name was for 2?
Maybe Todd for 2.
Todd for 2. All right.
I don't know, bro.
How many in your party?
Have you ever like experienced anything like when you go out to like a place, you try to explain something or whatever the case is, or the best part is they always come up to you to ask you how the food is when you have a whole shitload of food in your mouth. you're drinking, you're eating. It looks like you got tobacco out of your mouth, like the '80s pictures. And they're like, how's the food? Oh, it's fucking good. I mean, what do you want me to do? Spit my food at you?
Dude, I think they planned that out on purpose. I think they sit in the back. They're like, look, let me get 2 bites in. Now, go.
Go. He's shoveling
Everything
food.
good? Everything good? Are you enjoying it? Can I get you a I'm fucking great. Yeah, no, I'm good.
And as I'm choking on it to ask for another Coke, they're gone. You're right.
Dude, it happens everywhere. Right. It's not coincidence. They're trained that way. Because you know what they figure? If the place is packed and you're stuffing your face and you're trying not to choke over here because they're not trained to fucking save you. And they say, look, get them when they got food in their mouth. They can barely speak. And they're like, no, I'm good. Nobody wants to look like a fool with food fucking falling out of their mouth the whole time. Ask them then because they won't ask you anything else. You can go fucking serve another table.
Exactly.
Dude, it's in the training. It's got to be in the fucking training.
I think it's part of the employee handbook of waiters and waitresses because they get you all this food and then it takes another 20 minutes to get the drink. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then by the time I'm finished with the drink, I still got the food and I asked for something else and I got to wait for that. Nothing is ever timed perfectly.
Yeah.
One time I ordered the appetizers. We got buffalo wings. We got some kind of dip mix or whatever it was. And we ordered the steak with the side dishes and everything else. Bro, everything came out at once. We looked like 2 fat fucks sitting there because there was like a ton of plates at once. You know, supposed to bring out the appetizers with the drink. You give it a little time. You bring out the entree. You wait a while for the dessert. I mean, she may as well brought out like eggs and bacon and got me ready for breakfast because they had the whole enchilada all over the damn table. And I'm looking, I'm like, you know, we wanted the appetizers first. Yeah, here's the appetizers. I'm like, yeah, and there's the dinner, and there's the this, and there's the that. One thing at a fucking, I'm thinking to myself, one thing at a time. What do you know, people today, they don't think.
They don't fucking
I don't understand. And they look at me like I'm crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's called a fucking appetizer. You get it before your meal, not with your meal, not as a side, not part of the dessert. Before the fucking meal. I want to nibble on something because I'm losing my mind. My fucking head is going haywire over here. I need something to balance
quick
me
to get me going to wait until I have my
something.
dinner. So now what I do is I get to the restaurant. The guy says, yeah, hello, I'm James. I'll be your waiter today. I say, hi, I'm Todd. I'll be eating here today. And this is how we're going to do it. And I start off like the biggest wisest. My wife just like looks at me like to say, you know, come on. And I'll say, we like to start off with the wings and not get the dinner until the last wing is eaten evenly. Then I want to make sure the beer is filled. Occasionally, once you see it toward the bottom, a refill will be needed. Not until the dinner comes or after the dinner. Let's get everything on a flow.
This is why your wife is like this, because the chef don't have that much spit in his mouth.
In our food. What the fuck are you doing, you know? But it's like I can't help myself because I always encounter some kind of stupidity. And the best thing is when we eat the buffalo wings, they always give you that little rinky-dink cup of the the buffalo, you know, of the dip for the wings.
The blue cheese, yeah.
Blue cheese, right. So they give you this little shit cup. Now I don't use the blue cheese. I like them hot the way they are. My wife, she likes the blue cheese. So every time the waiter comes, we always ask for extra blue cheese. Now, when you ask a waiter for extra blue cheese, the way my take would be maybe 3 or 4 more of those little cups, or maybe like a big bowl, something of that nature. Every time they come back, they give me 1 more cup.
One little one.
So I looked at the waiter. I said, listen, if I'm going to get charged for this, here's a $5 bill. Give me a big pump of blue cheese and just put it right in the middle of the table.
Bring the fucking vat over.
That little cup is for 1 wing.
Yeah, right.
1 and done.
Yeah, it's a little dipping thing. You want to soak your shit with blue cheese. Like, bring the whole fucking barrel over here. I'll tell you when. Just keep dumping until I say stop.
Exactly. I'll tell you when. Just keep it coming. And you want to charge me for blue cheese? You want a nickel and dime me? No problem. I'll make sure it comes out of the tip. Oh, you want a tip? Don't eat the yellow snow. That's your tip.
Yeah, that's right. Don't smoke in the shower. Get the fuck out of here. Dude, I hate it.
You know, yeah.
I go to places where I put in an order because I don't know. I just don't like being around people anymore. So I'll take my order to go. They're like, what's your name? And I'm like, Derek. Like, Jerry? Derek. Eric? Derek. How do you spell that? Joe. Just write fucking Joe. All right? I forgot I tell her Joe. So I'm sitting there 20. Where's my fucking food? What's your name? Derek. Meanwhile, they call it Joe.
I don't know how they can get names wrong, man. It happened to me all the time when I used to work. I'd answer the phone. Yeah, hi, this is Todd speaking. How can I help you? Tim? No, Todd. Ty? No, you wear a tie. My name is Todd. Tom? Yeah, Tom.
Yeah.
So now the guy will be bitching and complaining the whole time, and then I'll put him in his place. Well, you're wrong. This, that, the other thing. Well, yeah, you keep talking like that, Tom. I'm going to call back and I'm going to complain about you. No problem.
Go right
20
ahead.
minutes later, the boss comes out of the office flipping out. Do we have a Tom here? I'm going to kill this guy. I'm like, I think he went out for a break. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Maybe it's better if they fuck my name up. So then they can ask for the wrong guy. I get off scot-free. So whatever. But I don't know where you get Ty from Todd.
Dude, I can't.
I got the Brooklyn accent, but you can still hear Todd,
right,
not Ty.
I'm like,
I don't get it, bro.
Saying my name. I'm like, even if you just leave it at Eric, I don't give a fuck. Just let's move on with the transaction. Just let's get there already.
At least Eric and Derek rhyme, but where the fuck do you get Ty and Todd?
Oh my god, dude! It's
Never liked my name, but thank God I've been Toddy D since I'm 16 because
Toddy D. Give him that name.
100% Italian, and my father, God rest his soul, but he names me Todd. What the fuck? And I even asked him, I said, why didn't you name me after you? His name was Joe, because then you'd be Joey or Junior. I said, what about Tom? You'd be Tommy. I don't want nothing short, nothing, no nicknames. So you fucking name me Todd. I'm like, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You could have saved me years of embarrassment with this name, but you chose to name me Todd. So I needed a hook. So one day we were hanging out and we were playing volleyball, and I'll never forget it. I spiked the ball. I hit this bastard right on his head, and I busted his head. He had a big freaking blotch mark on his head from the spike of the volleyball. And my boy, he says to me, yeah, baby. He says, Toddy D. And he gives me a high five. And that was the birth of Toddy D. And
that's where it started.
Maybe the name's, I said, the name's not that bad. I'll stick with it. So now just a couple of years later, still Toddy D.
Toddy D, man.
But it's all in the name, man. Like Derek, I see Derek, Eric, maybe, but not my name. How do you fuck up Todd?
You can't.
And some people, they can't even afford the other D. They spell it T-O-D. What the hell is that?
Well, yeah,
some people spell it T-O-D, but the majority's two Ds. Come on. Let's get with the program. Yeah. Someone's hooked on phonics tape. Eventually, obviously, got lost in the mail because they can't spell my name. And my name's like one of the easiest names to spell. So you got to school some of these people.
Yeah, dude, I get the listen. I'm fucking 100% Puerto Rican, and my last name is Gordon. Go figure. They're like, how did you get that? I'm like, how the fuck do I know? I was born with it, stupid. I wasn't there when they were making the decision when they were handing out names.
Exactly. I didn't have a say in this, Yeah. Talk to my dad, Flash. Maybe he knows why.
Unbelievable, man. Yeah. I started inventing stories sometimes, and I started making shit up, and it's like, oh my God, so interesting. I'm like, yeah, I bet it is, because it's fucking phony, you idiot. I can't.
Tell me what I said just now so I can write it down. I can tell that story again over and over again. So by the time we leave this conversation, I'm going to forget what I said.
Yeah, you want to hear the funniest shit, though?
Sure.
And listen, I'm not co-signing this at all. So my father does the, I don't remember if it was 23andMe or the other one, the other scam site. So long story short, my father never knew his mother. I mean, never knew his father. Knew his mother. Grandma must have got fucking drunk one night, went partying, had a one-night stand. 6 weeks later, what the fuck? No period. And dad was born. But that's what I'm saying. So, you can't track that. And the funny thing is, if you track back the date, you do the 9 months, like that's when Fleet Week was in. So you're talking about, sometime in the 40s, Fleet Week came in.
Yeah.
Hot Mamacita out on the clubs, and, shit happens, but.
Do a little horizontal mambo.
Who's dad? Right. Who's dad? We don't know.
Yeah.
Funny thing is that Gordon is from the Puerto Rican. She's 100% Puerto Rican. Barely speaks a lick of English. Straight from the island.
Right.
Name is fucking Gordon. So my father's like, I'm going to try to track down my father. I was like, good luck. I don't think that's going to fucking happen. So he does the swab thing, sends a Q-tip in, comes back. He goes, holy shit. I'm like, did you find him? He goes, no. But they said I'm 43% Ashkenazi Jew. I was like, what?
Shalom.
Get the fuck out. So now he's taking that shit because, he's 70 years old. He wants closure in his life, and he didn't have answers. But now 23andMe says, you're a Jew. I'm like, listen, I got nobody. I've been around my Puerto Ricans my entire life, both sides of the family, all Puerto Ricans. I understand you're trying to find your dad, and you're not going to find anybody, but I've never had anybody welcome me like, shalom, come in with the curls and all the fucking shit. Like, I'm not
to say, you're going to change your last name on a Gordon.
45. I'm not changing things right now. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Right. So, dude, he got so mad. So he buys like the little necklace that they wear. It looks like the pie sign. I don't know what the fuck they call the thing.
Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah. So he gets one of those. He's like, I'm embracing my culture. Now he got a fucking menorah during the holidays. I'm like, you are taking this real. So we start fucking with him. So I, for Christmas, I
Right.
bought him a copy of Schindler's List. I bought him a couple
Oh
of other
my
fucking
God.
things. I was just like, but so he thought I'm fucking ribbing him on it. I'm like, no, you're taking it serious, right? He goes, well, why don't you take it serious? It breaks my heart that you don't take this serious. Not now that we know the truth. I was like, whoa, slow down.
Right. Up to this
I'm not
point, I've been
fucking
Puerto Rican. I'm going to stay
right.
Puerto Rican.
I'm 100% Puerto Rican. Granted, we don't know who grandpapa is, your dad. All right, but I'm not gonna change that fucking
It's
now
irrelevant now, bro.
because you spit on a fucking Q-tip and sent it to a website and they came back and told you were a Jew. I'm
Exactly.
fucking dude.
How do you know they had the right Q-tip?
I find that very, very, very offensive. I was like, you find it offensive? Why? You're a retard? What the fuck is that?
It's the truth. It is so true. So let me ask you, man. A lot of times I call you up, you don't answer your phone. You can be honest with me, man. Are you in are you in temple? Are you?
It's Shabbos on Saturdays.
Okay, so you're observing a holiday. Is that what? That's why you don't answer your phone?
Who the fuck? You don't roll on Shabbos?
I knew something was up, bro, and not for nothing. You better fix that baseball cap a little bit because I see some hair coming out the side. So,
yeah, I'm good. I want to get.
Well, that would look really wild with that
this.
bald head and some tails on the sides. That'd look pretty cool, man.
Dude,
that'd be a fashion no.
Let's fucking wrap this one up. We got so much more to talk about. We're gonna pick this back up on next week. Dude, I got so much shit I can talk to you about when it comes to my parents and my life growing up, especially with our
same here, bro.
In Brooklyn, man. But I think let's give him an hour today and we'll give him another hour next week. What do you say, Toddy?
Sounds like a plan, my man.
All right, man. Listen, we're out of here. You know where to find us. Check us out on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and all the social media. Escape from Brooklyn. Just do the search, man. We're out of here. Forget about it. We're out of time. Catch you later.
Peace.